Hello everyone, welcome in this new YouTube video. Today we're going to talk about how to overcome procrastinations and some tips and strategies. So if you clicked on this video, it probably means that you're procrastinating on something. And it can be anything, it can be studies, it can be a conversation that you need to have with someone. It can be, living your dream life, becoming an entrepreneur, doing calls, doing sales, starting your diet, whatever the thing it is, there is probably something you procrastinate on. So I'm a old procrastinator. I used to be a huge procrastinator of every aspect of my life. So how did I change that? And what you have to understand is when you procrastinate, it's an identity thing. You identify yourself that you procrastinate. And if you want to see truly how you identify yourself, just look at the results around you. And this will give you a clear-cut idea of what you believe your identity is. And it's not what you think, or I don't think I am. If you procrastinate, it means that you identify yourself with this procrastination. And that's okay. It's important to realize that before you can move on, because if you live in denial and say, no, I have nothing to change because I do, it's already good, that you say, I don't want to identify myself with procrastination. That's a good thing to say. It's not the best thing, but it's a good start to say, okay, I procrastinate and I don't want that anymore. So first of all, let's remove this word from our vocabulary. Goes, straight to the bin, to the trash. We don't say that word. So instead we will say I'm efficient, or I get stuff done, whatever words you are comfortable with and you want to use, which is the opposite of the word that we're not allowed to use anymore. And we have to understand how a identity is built. A identity, or self-image, or also called paradigm, is called with a repetition of ideas, and more importantly, a repetition of feeling. An idea always have a emotional value attached to it, but what is important here is the emotional value more than the idea, the logical idea itself. When you get repeated over and over and over and over and over again, and you do not control what people say to you, especially when we are a kid, because we don't have really the control to accept or reject an idea. It just comes and we just get it. We're just a sponge, and we just absorb every emotion that is around, every energy that is around. So if we end up, being this person who don't do the work, we have to start to repeat ourselves mentally and imagine how we would feel if we were, starting to getting shit done and, being really efficient and doing stuff that we should do. And also not that we should, but that we want to do. This is the most important one. If you're procrastinating, I'm using that word again, but if you're doing it, it means that it's not something you want to do, and you don't have to do. I mean, if there are things that you have to do, you will do it anyway. You have to breathe. It's not something that you want to do or not. You just do it. You just breathe. You just eat. You just take a shit. You just take shower. This is just some things that you do naturally. And it's because you repeated them over and over again. Especially breathing, it's something natural. So if you're progressing on something, it means that you don't really want to do it. So why would you spend your life getting frustrated on something you don't do, but you don't even want to do it? You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. You got one life. It's super precious. The time just goes by. It's not infinite. I mean, you might have more life, but for now you just have one. So it's just now. So why would you spend time doing things you don't want to do? And some people will say, yeah, but it's not that easy. I have responsibilities. Yes, you have responsibilities to be a fulfilled human being. And if you're not a fulfilled human being, how can you fulfill your close ones? How can you even help them if you cannot even help yourself? So the best thing that you can do for society is to become the best version of yourself. And the best version of yourself is someone who knows what he wants, who write it down on a fucking piece of paper, and who lives, who acts, who feels that he already accomplished the goal. This is the only way to get goals, by the way. It's to feel like you already have them. And you're not try-harding. You let the universe naturally bring you to your goal. So this is, so to go back to procrastination, to get rid of this feeling of write your goals down. And write your goals not like, am I good enough for the goal? No. Is the goal good enough for me? Because the goal you write on a piece of paper, the price that you have to pay for this is your life. You're paying the price of your life in exchange of the goals. This is what we do. We get born, the universe put ourselves in a certain environment, and we do things. We achieve goals, small goals, big goals, whatever. That's the only thing we do. We achieve goals. We have a goal is to eat, and then we eat. We achieve the goal. Oh, I'm thirsty. My goal is to drink. I drink. Goal is not always something big or something. Yeah, it's everything. Everything is goal related, and our job is to accomplish goals. So which goals are you going to accomplish? Because you're going to trade your life for it. So write down on a piece of paper what is that you really want. And then the only thing you have to do is to read that list and to imagine the feeling it would feel to have that list already. And sometimes you'll have tough days, and sometimes emotionally it will be difficult, and that's okay. Your job is to come back to the list, especially in the difficult times. It's easy because everyone is looking for help when everything goes badly. But when it's going good, always come back to your list. Don't ignore it. Go back to meditation. Go back to how would I feel if I had this, this, and this. And enjoy the feeling. Enjoy this feeling of accomplishment, of your goals fulfilled. That's how you get rid of procrastination. If you have some difficulties to get a task done, it means that you don't really like the task anyway. So why would you spend your time doing this? No one is forcing you. You have so many options. So the only person who is forcing is you. Maybe the environment programmed you to be that way, and that might be true, but you have the power to change. Why? Because you have the power to accept or reject an idea, and you even have the power to generate ideas. You can write your list of goals, so you put your ideas on paper, and then what you do is you keep reading those ideas and feeding those ideas to your subconscious mind through feeling. How would I feel if I had all those goals? Again, how would I feel? Again and again and again and again, and make it a habit. And then you always feel accomplished, and you always feel good. Not always, because someone will come in the street and say, "Hey, fuck you, you ugly," and then you're like, "Oh shit," Environment will always test you. Environment will always change, and change is uncomfortable. That's okay, and it's our job to, no matter the change of the environment, to keep our focus on our goals. Like a driver, keep his focus, on where he needs to go. Sometimes there are crashes, and he needs to focus, and he get out of there. Same for like a boat on a captain on a boat, a guy in a plane. Any example, a bus driver. He's in traffic. There are a lot of challenges of changes, but he got to keep the goal, and he just focus on the goal, and he dodges the challenges that comes, and he just get right to it. Life is really simple, guys. Life is fucking simple. We overcomplicate stuff because we want to sell you something and say, yeah, but to get this you need the new strategy. Please, $2,000 a month. I don't believe you should sell information. Information is just transforming. Now, I needed help. I got the information, and I needed help, and I gladly pay to get that help. That's for sure. But then I get a one-on-one connection. I get, some time with someone who's already successful, and that's money good spent. But spending money to watch some videos and not even having some connection with and some support and some conversation with someone, this is bullshit. So this is why we overcomplicate stuff. This is why we talk about other things. Then the most important thing is your feeling determines your action, and your action determines your results. And every idea has an emotional value, and this emotional value is put into your subconscious mind the moment you accept it. The secret is the feeling. Feeling is a secret. Neville Goddard said it. That's it. There is nothing much to look for, and we become what we think about, and more importantly, we are how we feel. That's it. That's the fundamentals of the universe. Everything else that is being said is to sell you something. So be careful. And that's the only thing you do. Take your list of goals, write your goals down, okay, and then you read your goals and you imagine how you would feel if you already accomplished this. That's the only thing you do. And some people need help, and I'll gladly offer my help. And this is when it's useful to get some help. But if you really understood what I just said, and you can apply it by yourself, you don't need anyone else. And then your job is to achieve your goals, and please, once you achieve your goals, go and teach it to other people. All right. Your greatest realization as a human being is the control of your ideas and feelings. We become what we think about, and more importantly, we are how we feel. Thank you very much, guys, and see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.